Welcome to Collectomania. Are you enjoying your day so far, meeting all the fans?
The fans are really nice. They're really sweet. I'm having a good time.
I listened to a Walking Dead fan podcast. They call them the Wild Dogs. Do you think that's a good description of Joe's group of men?
Oh, I think that's very pejorative. Actually, they weren't wild dogs. They were very tamed dogs within certain parameters. Just don't get on their bad side.
No, they had their own rules, didn't they? Obviously, claimed was a big thing. It's like the name of an episode as well. So, do you think Joe? You seem to think he isn't a bad guy. He's just a product of the circumstance, then, is he?
Yeah, the world is. Imagine this place is filled with zombies, and you have to survive. You know, it's like the end of the world. The world is over now. What are you going to do to survive? That's a huge question, and and they at least had an answer. It may not have been an ideal answer for other people, but for them it worked.
So you're saying you go down that same route in that situation?
Not even a little bit. No, but I can understand how someone would. Especially someone. These are men who. Joe was probably like a mechanic or something before. He wasn't a terribly deep thinker, but he knows what it is to be a man. He knows what it is to be alive, and he has a strong survival instinct. And when the survival instinct comes up, you got to listen to it. So
there was a lot of mystery around Joe and his guys. He initially kind of came in that house, and Rick was under the bed. It looked like Rick might end up in trouble. And then you were with Daryl Dixon for a lot of the time. Yeah. He's obviously the fan favorite character. Were you aware of that people were worried you were going to hurt Daryl?
Yeah, the people were coming up to me on the street, and they had T-shirts on that said, "Kill Daryl and we riot." And so I was very careful to take very good care of Daryl.
Just finally then, I'll talk about your death. Your death is probably the best death on The Walking Dead so far. I'm looking at your neck now, it looks alright. But how was it filming that scene? What did you use? What kind of prosthetics? And how was it filming that scene?
Well, they sold it mostly by Andrew Lincoln filling his mouth with fake blood and raw chicken. And so he would come in and then go out and spit. And then there was one shot then where I had a prosthetic on with, blood to be pumped out of it. And it was very cold and uncomfortable. It was late at night in Georgia, and it was 4 a.m.
But you didn't have to eat raw chicken yourself, so you can't really complain.
I did not have the raw chicken in my mouth. That was his choice, man. But that guy's committed. He's really committed.
That Brit commitment there, that's what we like.
Yeah, he's a wonderful actor, and he, that guy, because of the way he is on the set, everyone else is having a good time. I mean, he never complains, so no one else ever complains, and he's the one who goes through the most. So,
So you had a massive impact on Walking Dead, but what's next for you now?
I got a couple of movies coming out, Bad Blood and The River Guard, and we go back to shoot the final season of Sons of Anarchy at the end of this month.
One final question. You're in a band called The Walking Wounded, is that right? You
That's
went from
right.
Walking Wounded to Walking Dead?
Wounded, yeah, from Walking Wounded to Walking Dead. That's a nice progression, right?
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time. Have a brilliant day.